Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hear2See channel. Got a Bible book overview for the Song of Solomon. Hear2See channel focused on sharing pearls of wisdom, nuggets of knowledge, understanding the difficult, and instructions for a better life. The Song of Solomon, God's view of sex, love, and marriage. What a wonderful book it is. And as always, we'll be looking at the Bible book overview provided by Dr. Chuck Swindoll's Insight for Living Ministries. Their webpage has overviews for each book of the Bible. And the outline covers who wrote the book, where are we, why is the Song of Solomon so important, what's the big idea, how do I apply this, and a fantastic Bible study aid. But first, the Bible book overview, the Song of Solomon. Who wrote the book? Song of Solomon takes its title from the first verse of the book, which mentions who the song comes from. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The original Hebrew version of the book took its title from the book's first two words, Shir Hashirim, usually translated as the Song of Songs. This later title remained in Greek and Latin Bible translations in later centuries. The repetition of the word song indicates that the writer considers this the greatest of all songs. We find a similar construction in other famous biblical phrases, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, Holy of Holies, to name a few. The title of the book eventually took on King Solomon's name because of the mention of his name throughout the book. Chapter 1, verse 5, chapter 3, verse 7, chapter 9, chapter 11, chapter 8, verses 11 to 12. This title change also supports the traditional view of Solomon as the author of the book. While numerous critics in the last 2 centuries have disputed Solomon's authorship, the internal evidence seems to support it, not only because of the appearances of Solomon's name, but because of evidence of his royal advantage, chapter 3, verses 6 to 11, and his numerous wives and concubines, chapter 6, verse 8. And the Song of Solomon, and this is the map of Solomon's kingdom there in and around Israel. Where are we? Solomon wrote the book during his reign as king of Israel, meaning he composed it sometime between 971 and 931 BC. Scholars who hold to Solomon's authorship tend to agree that the song was written early in his reign, not merely because of the youthful exuberance of the poetry, but because of his harem of 140 women mentioned in chapter 6, verse 8. It's relatively low in number compared to the final tally of 1,000, 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 3. Also, the author mentioned place names from both the north and the south of the country, including Lebanon and Egypt, reminding us of the relative peace and good relations among these nations early in Solomon's reign. Why is the Song of Solomon so important? This book remains singular within the Old Testament for at least 2 reasons: its character as a single poem, and its subject matter, particularly the frank discussion of love between a married couple. The Song of Solomon's willingness to broach the topic of physical love within marriage has made many of its readers throughout history uncomfortable. So much so that Rabbi Akiva had to vigorously defend the book's place in the Jewish canon even as late as AD 90 at the Council of Germania. But as a testament to the beauty of the marriage relationship in its fullness, Song of Solomon stands out with its uniquely detailed vision of this beauty and reality. What's the big idea? The fullness of the union that takes place at marriage is described in some of the most splendid poetic language in the entire Bible. In a word where so many speak of God's special gifts with coldly clinical or apathetic statistical language, the passion of Solomon's poetry refreshes a world thirsty for the truth about marriage. Solomon began his rendering of the relationship with the two lovers in courtship, longing for affection while expressing their love for one another. Song of Solomon chapter 1 verses 1 to 3 and 5. Eventually, they come together in marriage, the groom extolling his bride's beauty before they consummate their relationship. Chapter 3 verse 6 through chapter 5 verse 1. Finally, she struggles with the fear of separation while he reassures his bride of his affections for her. Chapter 5 verse 2 through chapter 8 verse 14. All of this reinforces the theme of the goodness of marriage. Some suggest the book also pictures in a more general way Christ's love for his bride, the church. How do I apply this? From courtship to marriage to the assurance of love, Song of Solomon poetically presents a broad range of events and feelings in the days leading up to and during marriage, often encouragement towards an enduring love amid the petty jealousness and fears sure to threaten even the strongest of relationships. We should heed the song's sublime words by continuing to value marriage as one of the bedrocks of society, appreciating the goodness and the beauty born out of the union of two people in holy matrimony. Would you consider your marriage a sign of God's goodness and beauty working in your life, or has it become something less than that over time? Song of Solomon reminds us that both marriage and the physical union that follows originate in God. We should therefore consider each of them as evidence of His grace working itself out in the world. And below you'll see some footnotes and the copyright information. And now for the Bible study chart provided by the Insight for Living Ministries. And as we zoom into the Bible study chart, you can see that the Song of Songs, or the Song of Solomon, is divided into three sections. The courtship, the Song of Songs, chapter 1 verse 1 through chapter 3 verse 5, the bride muses about her beloved. Then the wedding, the Song of Psalms, chapter 3 verse 6 through chapter 5 verse 1. Groom speaks tenderly to his bride. And then the maturing marriage section, Song of Songs, chapter 5 verse 2 through chapter 8 verse 14. Wife longs for and describes her loving husband. The husband speaks of his wife in intimate terms, and both lovers declare a permanent seal on their love. Great Bible study chart, as always, from Dr. Swindoll's ministry. Be sure to check it out. And be sure to check out on the Hear2See channel, we have got Hear Journal videos for each chapter of many of the books of the Bible, including the Song of Solomon. We're going to be going through a chapter a day, starting right after this video will be Song of Solomon chapter 1. So be sure to check that out and the other chapters we've got. Comment below. Share your experiences. Have you read the Song of Songs or the Song of Solomon? And what's your thoughts about it? Are you planning to read through with us? I hope so. Comment below and share your thoughts with us. If you don't know Jesus, read the Gospel of John chapter 3 to learn about his forgiveness and talk to God about it. He loves you, you know. Seek him now. God bless, and see you in the Song of Solomon chapter 1.